Melburnians are likely to return to the office for some time. Even once lockdown ends, the suburbs are expected to bounce back faster than the city. Cities' once thriving Lygon Street businesses can't wait to reopen, but they're saying they're desperate for help. And with mental health amongst our young people front and centre in the pandemic, exclusive figures obtained by Sky News also show how community support is in need of a lifeline, with more than 1,000 Victorian sporting clubs on the verge of collapse.
Once a meeting place for migrants, Lygon Street has blossomed into a hospitality hub, but relentless lockdowns have left the area devoid of life. Salvatore Colterra, who owns Cafe Noturno, is a much-loved member of Carlton's community. He and his family have witnessed the decline of Lygon Street.
I've been here for 32 years. I mean, this is my life. This is, we've been coming here every day for a long time. I raised my family on this street.
Sal and his staff are desperate to reopen for seated servers, but recognise the hurdles they're about to face.
Stock and staff and preparing and overheads and, the things that we talk about and deal with every day. I think the people in power don't get that side of things.
Sal's also stressed by staff requirements to check vaccination certificates and refuse entry to those who haven't complied with health directions.
Customers come in with, groups of 10 or 15, celebrating whatever reasons they come in for, and, if there's one or two people that aren't vaccinated and the rest are, they're real life situations for us.
It's estimated more than 30 Lygon Street businesses are closed or vacant. Those which have stayed open over the past 2 years, including wine store Bottega Tasca, have been hurt by the lack of foot traffic.
A lot of the young students or people that were renting around the area basically went back to their families.
Owner Paul is hopeful business will bounce back with the help of loyal customers.
We can't wait for people to come back to Lygon Street and to, get it back to what it was.
We will work to give everyone their every best chance of successful recovery and future success.
The impact of lockdowns on Victorian businesses is clear to see, but what's been relatively hidden is the impact on community groups. Until now, Sky News has obtained exclusive data showing 1,300 of the state's sporting clubs are at risk of going under. A report by the Australian Sports Foundation shows 11% of 12,000 clubs fear insolvency. Victorian clubs have lost an average of $32,000 in revenue during the pandemic, which is almost double the national average. 44% of clubs experienced a decrease in participation and 42% have lost volunteers. It's estimated they'll take a year and a half to recover.
The purpose of doing this report was really to shine a light on the problem so that governments and anyone who cares about the role of sport are aware of the issues. And the second is to raise funds to help clubs in need.
Sean Lamotte, the president of the Canterbury Cobras Football Club, has experienced some of these challenges firsthand. The club has been an integral part of life in Surrey Hills in Melbourne's southeast since 1881.
Season on season, we've probably missed out on somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 worth of funding, which doesn't sound like an incredible amount of money, but to a junior football club, that's what keeps us going.
In Hampton, the Minties are itching to get back on the court for training and competitions. Netball coach Garth McLarty says lockdown has had a devastating impact on the club and its more than 200 young players.
When you get to my age, the years sort of meld into each other, but taking away years in their teens and tweens is really cruel. Kids really, really enjoy the regular routine of having training, getting together. I coach a group of girls. Their favourite 15 minutes is the 15 minutes before training when they all get to catch up and talk to each other. There's more eating disorders than there's ever been before, I've noticed across the group. I think on the whole, teenagers, it's a tough time to be a teenager.
QGP Stacey Harris says she's seen a significant increase in mental health issues during Melbourne's 6th lockdown.
So it's a direct cause and effect. The lockdowns have caused these mental health disturbances, and it's It's not going away, and it's certainly, just because we become open, I'm more worried about what will happen after.
The resumption of community sport will come as a relief for young players.
I really miss being together and doing the sport with my friends and being able to have a fun time outside in the courts.
Now, because of lockdown, you just have to kind of learn it by yourself instead of with your other teammates.
And parents who are eager to make the most of eased restrictions.
Sunday sippers. We've missed our Sunday sippers.
Julia Bradley, Sky News, Melbourne.
Well done, Julia. That's a really important story.